That is right, folks. That is right. It is an impromptu live. That is right. I have decided to go live. There were some things going on that I wanted to cover. I'm not going to make 12 different videos. So when stuff like that happens, I got to go live. It's just how it goes. I have to go live. We have some very interesting top news stories to cover. We do have some things. And while I am waiting on people to join, we are going to look at other news while I'm waiting on you all. What Americans think about Iran. People don't like the Iran war. We're going to talk about Erika Kirk later. What else we got? Looking at stuff while I'm waiting on people to join. Listen, folks, we're not going to be live long, but we will be live. Okay. I didn't even realize that the screen's black. That's actually really funny. I did not share my screen. And so because I did not share my screen is black. Hey, we got somebody in the building. Hugo South. Shout out to brother Hugo South. Looks like you're the first person in here. Thanks for joining. Thank you for joining today's live stream as we wait. You know what I need? I need like a loading screen. How do you even do that? Is there a way to do that? I need like a 5-minute, 10-minute loading screen like the big streamers do. The big streamers do the loading screens. Oh, what's up, Gil? How you doing, Gil? I guess me and Gil can talk until other people join because Gil likes to talk. What you got for me, Gil? How's my old buddy doing? The guy that doesn't wear a shirt. How's that guy doing? How's my old buddy, old pal doing? Hope he's doing well. Hope he's prospering. Okay, we got people rolling in. We're getting there. We're getting there. See, we're getting there. We are really getting there. You know, I don't know if you guys know this. I have a dirty little secret. My dirty little secret is I actually love streaming. I really do. The only problem is streaming takes a lot of time and I just don't always have time to stream. But I do love it. I do love it a lot. It's streaming is a lot more fun to me than making videos. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like making videos too, but you have to edit and all that. With streaming, I just run through everything and then I cut the stream off and then I go about my day. I see why live streamers do what they do their thing and why they I see why people live stream. I get it. The problem is it's hard to do that when you have kids. And I don't have kids yet, but eventually I will. Oh, we got another person. Christine says, "Hey Echoes. Hey Christine, how you doing?" Yeah, we're just chatting. We're just chatting. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me while we're waiting for other people to come in. Shout out to Christine. You know, Christine, I don't know if I'm familiar with you, but shout out to you. Shout out to you. We're small enough where I pretty much know everybody who comes in. But yeah, shout out to Christine. All right, we're at the 3-minute mark. We'll get a few more minutes and then yeah. So today's docket, we do have some Erika Kirk updates. Yes, we do. We have Kai Trump. That's right. Donald Trump's granddaughter has gone viral. I figured I might as well cover that. We have something very interesting regarding, you know what? Matter of fact, while I'm waiting for more people to come in, I actually have something we could talk about because this is something that was like later on in the show. So I actually do have something that we could talk about while we kind of let the YouTube thing do its thing. Gil says hearing in bomb be talked about more. I don't know what you're talking about, Gil. You got to elaborate. Okay, well, let me share my screen. Thank you guys for being here. The goal is to grow the live stream channel because I legit have fun streaming. So growing the live stream channel would be even more fun because yeah, I just like streaming. If I could stream every day, I actually would. I just don't be having time. All right, guys. We're still going to wait for other people to come in. So we're not going to cover the main topics of the show, but we are going to cover this part right here because I think it's very interesting. I saw this article and I'm like, wow. So I don't know if you guys know this, There's been corruption in every presidential administration. Okay. Every presidential administration, there's corruption. As a matter of fact, in mainstream politics in general in the United States of America, I'm talking about all the people go to Washington, obviously state level too, but in Washington for sure, there's an insane amount of corruption. What is this? Your senators, your House reps, Congress, cabinet members, all that, they're all corrupt. They're all corrupt. They all use their position to make money. You guys, most of you guys know about the stock trading that goes on. You have a lot of senior congressional officials who sit on these like big things. They sit on like these certain like committees. And so because of that, they get preview to information that we don't get preview to. And so because of that, they use that information and they trade in the stock market accordingly and they make millions of dollars. There's a lot of corruption. And I think that should be talked about more. And I always want to be fair. Okay. I'm very critical of Trump, not a fan of his presidency. You guys know my stance. I don't like right or left. You won't catch me voting Democrat or Republican. Just can't do it. Third party forever. Sorry. Can't do it. But going on the fact of how both of them are corrupt, Joe Biden was really corrupt, right? Like there was a lot of corruption when he was in office. I can't find proof that he actually benefited. As a matter of fact, as far as I'm concerned, Joe Biden's actually not like a wealthy man. I think his net worth is like 3-4 million, which for Washington, it's pretty reasonable. These guys are out here worth like 100 million. But his son seems to have been very corrupt. Biden's children seems to have benefited a lot more from the presidency. And the problem with Trump administration is just taking it to the next level. That's the difference. So if we read this article right here, it's being alleged that Pete Hegseth's Department of Defense blew $22 million on steak and lobster in a single month. And if that's true, one, that is absolutely insane. Two, how often are these guys eating steak and lobster? I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I like a good steak dinner too. But geez, steak and lobster, 22 million? Like either they were eating this every day and buying it for like the entire Defense Department, or they were going to like the best of the best restaurants. I mean, I just don't know what's going on here. So we'll go ahead and read a little bit of this article. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, Defense Department, allegedly blew through $22 million on lobster and ribeye steak as part of a wild September 2025 end of the year spree. According to an analysis by nonprofit watchdog Open the Books, Hegseth's Department of Defense spent $93 billion on grants and contracts in September 2025 alone, nearly 50% of which was expended in the last 5 business days of the month. Oh, I see what happened. They were trying to spend all the money. Okay, I see what happened. Okay. Oh, I love this question. I love it because I'm always down to have this argument with anybody, and you're never going to convince me. Why do you vote third party if third party is never going to win? Why don't you just not vote at all? See, here's the problem with your logic, Miss Anna Rose. Here's the problem, okay? People have told me this since I voted third party in 2016, okay? People have been telling me this. Well, you're wasting your vote. They're never going to win. Why are you voting third party if third party's never going to win? You might as well not vote at all. That's not true. That's foolishness. You know what that is? What you're actually spewing is, do you know where that came from? And this is coming from somebody who has a political science degree and also worked in politics. Did you know that you're actually spewing the partisan talking points? That's what the Democrats and Republicans say. Like that, what you're saying has been around for a long time. Whenever they hear somebody is voting third party or for somebody else, you hear the same BS. The third party candidate is a plan to siphon votes from certain candidate, or you're wasting your vote. They're never going to win. No, I'm not wasting my vote. I'm not wasting my vote, Anna Rose. I'm voting for who I actually want to win and be president. Just because you and other people have fallen into this trap where they give you two options. You either vote for Satan or the devil. It's basically what you get. You vote for two candidates who are corrupt, flawed, bad, not going to change anything. Just because they convinced you of that doesn't mean they convinced me of that. Me going to the ballot box and casting my vote for who I want to be president is not a waste of a vote. I voted for who I want. That's my choice. There are other people on the ballot. If they're on the ballot, it's not a wasted vote. Now, Anna, what would be a wasted vote is if I did what people did in 2016. When I was in college in 2016, I actually knew people because on the college campus, there was this huge initiative to get all the college students to vote. They did a really good job. So we actually got a really big college turnout than what we normally get at the school that I went to. Anna, what would be a waste of a vote is if I did what some of my peers did when I was in college and I went and I wrote in Harambe, the monkey that got killed. You guys remember Harambe, the gorilla that got killed, got shot or whatever? They put it down. Yeah, you have people that I went to school with who voted for the gorilla, Harambe. That's wasting a vote, Anna. Going and voting for somebody who put in the work and got the signatures to be on the ballot is not wasting a vote. It's not. I voted for who I wanted to be president. That person's on the ballot. They ran. I didn't have to write them in. I just circled the bubble, and that's my choice. I think this country will be better if you have more than two political parties. Because the problem with the two-party system is it's easier to control them because there's only two. If there were 5 political parties or 6 or 7 or something like that, it'd be a lot harder. It'd be a lot more accountability, I would argue. But because you have the two-party system, guess what you have in Congress? You have what you just saw. AIPAC literally controls your Congress. How does AIPAC control your Congress, Anna? Well, Trump is engaged in a war, which is illegal. Legally, he's not supposed to do that. You're supposed to get the approval of Congress. Well, guess what? Somebody in Congress passed a resolution to stop this war that Trump is getting us into. And guess what happened? The Republicans all voted lockstep against it, but a few Republicans turned against them, so they needed some Democrats. And guess what? 4 Democrats voted to stop that bill from passing. That way, Congress couldn't stop Trump's war. Those 4 Democrats who voted to allow Trump to keep doing what he's doing, guess what they all have in common? Guess who their main funders are? AIPAC. That's the problem with the two political parties. And I could literally take the entire live stream to talk about this because I'm really passionate about this. I think everybody should vote third party. You guys don't understand how corrupt of a system. Well, let me not say that. A lot of you guys do, but some people don't. A lot of people, the average person doesn't understand how corrupt this country really is. They really don't. They really, really don't. Everything is bought and paid for, and everything is about money and power and getting reelected. The only thing the people in Congress care for is about getting reelected. That's all they care about. And the problem with the two-party system and the big lobbying that happens in politics is everybody is beholden to the same person. AIPAC donates to both parties. Remember Sam Bankman-Fried, the crypto guy who went to jail because he defrauded all those people with FTX? He donated to both parties. Many of these large donors donate to both parties. That's the problem. So why would I vote for a candidate that I don't want to be president? Why would I vote for a candidate that's bought and paid for by Israel? Why would I vote for two parties that have been in power forever and nothing's changed? Anna, can you name anything significant in your life that has changed? Significant. I'm 31 years old. There is nothing in my life significant that has really happened. There may be a few things here and there. There may be a few things. I think Obamacare was significant for some people, right? You know, different things like that. There's probably other examples. I can't think of them right now. But the bottom line is these politicians aren't really doing anything. If you really think about it, they're really not. Of course, if you talk to them, they're going to say, oh, I did this and I did that. But what does that actually do for the majority of people? What has that actually done? How has that made people's lives better? The average person, life has only gotten harder. I'm 31 years old now. In 2016, I was 21. You know what my life got since then? harder. Thankfully, by the grace of God, we're doing okay. But most of my friends' lives have gotten harder. Most of my family's lives have gotten harder. Nothing has changed. So if you voted for either party over the last 10 years, what do they have? What do you got to show for it? What happened? Did your life change when Trump was president his first term? Mine didn't. Literally, my life didn't change. Literally. It only got harder. My health insurance got more expensive. Gas went up. Food got more expensive. Everything. Nothing changed. I'm telling you, I could literally spend this entire stream on your question. Like, we could go point by point. What have any of these administrations done to stop the endless wars? Nothing. It's happening. What have any of these administrations done to make life more affordable for the average American? Nothing. The cost of living is going up, not down. Up, 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 up. Harder, 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 harder. Let's talk about health. What has either side done to make the food healthier? So everybody's not freaking fat and unhealthy and got diabetes and heart attacks and all that. What have both parties done about that? So we got a health crisis. We got an affordability crisis. Every crisis you could think of, we have it. We got mental health crisis. I mean, everything. Everything. Everything in politics is fake. It's a dog and pony show? It's smoke and mirrors. They make you think that they're doing something and they're not doing anything that's actually transformational and actually going to help people. All right. I think I'm done. Sorry, I just had to go on that rant because I'm passionate about that. It does trigger me when people say that. When people say, why did you vote third party? It really, really triggers me. I'm not upset, but I've heard that all my life. You're a fool for voting third party. Okay, bro. Okay. And when I hear that, I'm like, people just really don't get it. When you get healthier, when your food gets healthier and life gets easier for you, and people aren't dying because they don't have health insurance, all that stuff, when all these problems we have in this country get better, you let me know. Because people don't realize it, but America really does have a lot of problems. It really does. A lot. A lot. Like, I get it. We have some privileges. I'm not saying that we don't. Like, we are definitely better off here than like in North Korea or some third world country, right? Like, I'm not saying that. We're better off here for sure. Absolutely. And this is a great country. I'm not disputing that. But guess what other countries have over us? And there are some things that they have over us that I wish we had. A lot of them, their healthcare system was more affordable. Even if it's not better, it's more affordable. Their food is healthier. Their life expectancy is higher. There may be corruption in some places, but I don't think it's to the extent that it is here. I mean, the corruption here is just unbelievable. Special interest groups run the whole country. The rich and powerful run the whole country. It's like an oligarchy. All right. All right, what we got? I'll read some comments. Hey, shout out to Natasha. Shout out to Natasha. Natasha's been a subscriber to this channel for like a long time, like years. So shout out to Natasha. 2016, I wrote in Colin Powell. Hey, if that's who you wanted to be president, don't let nobody tell you you wasted your vote. No, you didn't. You voted for who you wanted. Do you think Trump will drop a nuclear on Iran? No. He's not going to do that. No. I don't think he will. I've heard that talk, Gil, but no, I don't think so. No, he's not going to drop a nuke. I don't think so. Obviously, you never know. It's hard to predict. You don't know what could happen, but I don't see that happening. I don't think he's that unhinged that he would do that. I mean, he would literally be the first president to do that since the 1940s, since World War II when we did it. Like, that would be crazy. Also, the nuclear bombs we have now are so much different. Like, back then, they had the atomic bomb. Now we got the hydrogen bombs. Like, yeah, no. Please don't do that. Please don't. That would be like the worst case scenario. I mean, what we're doing is already bad enough. So, no, Gil, I don't think. I honestly do not believe that Trump will drop a nuke. If you want to know like the percentages, I think there's like a 2% chance. Seriously, like very, very low. I highly doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. Gil says the fact he will be the first makes him want to do it. He will like that clout. You know what? I don't know, Gil. I think a lot of people would probably turn on him if he dropped a nuke. unless you had like a legit good reason. I mean, think about it. People are already opposed to the war. People are already opposed to the current war right now. Imagine if he dropped a nuke. Like, if he dropped a nuke on Iran and there was no good reason, the only good reason to drop a nuke, in my opinion, is they have nukes and they're going to drop it on you. So let's think about it, Gil. You're telling me that you're, for the first time in like almost 100 years, you're dropping a nuke on a country that doesn't even have them, and you think that's going to go well with the American people? They don't even have nukes. They don't even have Tomahawk missiles. So I really don't think so. I get your angle. Like, it would solidify Trump in history, but I already think Trump is solidified in history. I really don't think he's going to drop a nuke. I don't. Not on Iran. If we got into a conflict with Russia or China, then that would bring up the percentages. But against Iran, yeah, Gil, I know he's hinted at it, but you got to remember, he's hinted at a lot of things. That's how Trump is. He hints at all kind of stuff. That's how Trump rolls. He's hinting at running for a third term. Does anybody think he's going to do that? He keeps hinting at he's going to run for a third term. He keeps hinting at it. I don't see that happening. So I don't know, Gil. I don't think so. I really don't. I'm just being honest. I think Anna Rose, the person who wrote that comment that I went on that rant on, I think she didn't like what I had to say. I think she left. I think she left. Hold on. What's going on here? Hold on. I'm fixing something real quick. I just want to go and find. Take that. All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed my rant on this comment right here, because it had to be said. So I don't know if Anna Rose is still here, but that's what I had to say. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Looks like there's no more questions. All right. Let's get to the drama. Let's get to the stuff. So, Kai Trump has gone viral. And I don't know much of anything about her. Literally nothing. All I know is that she is the granddaughter of Donald Trump. And Kai Trump is under fire because she did something that a lot of people consider to be very tone deaf in today's world. As I explained earlier in my rant, the average person is struggling. They may not tell you, they may look like they got it all on social media, but the stats show that the average person is really, really struggling financially. Okay. People are getting destroyed. And the economy sucks right now with the job market. And Kai Trump, the little rich girl, the president's granddaughter, the Trump lineage, she's like 18 or something, or 17. I don't know. She's like a high schooler. She does the weirdest thing ever. And I'm surprised that they let her do this, because I mean, I get it. Let your daughter be free and be a kid. And I get it. But I just feel like if I were her dad and I knew she was going to post this, I'd be like, yeah, let's not do that while most people are struggling. Because you got to remember, you are the granddaughter of the president of the United States. So what you do matters, and people are watching. So at the current moment, when gas prices are going up and food prices and everything, and life is still really unaffordable and people are struggling, and just with everything going on, probably not the best idea to make a YouTube video saying you brought your taxpayer funded Secret Service to go grocery shopping with you at the most expensive grocery store in America. That's what she did. Let's go ahead and watch a little bit of her video. Here we go.
I'm gonna go thanks, bro. Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel. Right now we are in Erewhon, which is in LA. This is me in the Erewhon video and everything I get from Erewhon. If you guys don't know Erewhon's the most expensive grocery store pretty much out there. Everything's crazy expensive. So we're gonna get my favorite stuff, even supplements, whatever it may be. And then we're gonna go home and try it out.
Let me know if you guys have any questions on the price.
You got hundreds of thousands of people in the United States who can't even afford regular groceries. Can't even afford to go to the local grocery store and get the stuff that's on sale. And you're posting the most tone-deaf video ever about you going to this random rich people grocery store with your fancy Secret Service and buying all the expensive stuff. I mean, this is just crazy. Not a good look. And people are upset about it.
Is there anything, okay?
How much is quarters? The Haley Bieber smoothie? Oh my god.
They really laid out the red carpet for
I'm
you.
looking for my phone and you had it. I'm gonna go like bankrupt with this stuff. I need to file for bankruptcy. Me and Matt were just talking about peptides. That's why it's funny.
Collagen. Wait, does that mean it's good for you, like your skin?
Yeah, it's supposed to help your skin. So we get $44 up here. Call it. Oh, I'm like kind of scared to try the peptide out. Collagen creamer. Is this really your coffee?
Looks like it.
Right?
What are these? These just.
I mean, I like the music.
Peptides.
Not the only thing I like about this video. I like the music.
So let's try it. I'll get like one of these to try it out. Right? I mean, that's fine. Oh, these are really nice. I love dates. Should we get a date jar for $13?
Oh my goodness, $13.
I think the dates are what, $2? The jar with the sticker on it.
It's like
$16.
This is crazy.
Oh, here's the fun aisle.
I love these perfect amino ones.
Oh, you know this brand?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what this is. Should we just get whatever?
Yeah, I think that's like their white label, like Erewhon brand.
Vitamin C. What's a Shahati liquid complex?
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that.
Would you try one with me?
Super greens or what? Sure, do it. Let's do it.
No. I'm gonna give you a liquid Shahati.
I don't need more energy. We just had 80 energy drinks. Let's do the immune support.
Throw that in there. Oh my god, this is the cholesterol we were talking about.
Oh yeah, the Armra.
Oh, this is disgusting.
I can't even price check because I don't even know what the heck that is she's buying. I'm trying to wait till she goes to the normal stuff. Like right here, the meat. Okay, let's see how much the meat costs and the drinks.
Oh wait, show me your cart. Show me the.
Look at that. Look at that. That's her cart. She has like 4 things in there and it's already $100. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Like, she should be shamed for this. This is terrible. It's like, you know what she's doing? It's like you're just flexing on everybody. You're just flexing on people. Like you're like, I'm better than you. The fuck? Like 4 items and she don't even have food. Whatever the hell that stuff is, bunch of bathroom product, whatever. I don't know what that crap is. And then she's got like some dates over here. $100 for that? Take this video down, Kai. Take this video down.
Soda? We get a 10 push-up? I don't really like it.
Kai, I don't think you can purchase.
Oh, wait, that's alcohol. I didn't realize it was alcohol.
Go to the meat section.
All right, what kind of sushi are we
Oh
feeling
my
that?
goodness.
$20
$20 for that?
I've heard it's some of the best grocery stores
Oh,
sushi you can have.
What's
oh
this?
no.
Is this salmon?
It looks like salmon, yeah.
Is it tuna?
Tuna's good.
Let's just get tuna.
Yeah, I think do the tuna. That would be a good one.
All right, should we go order some hot bar?
You want to do the hot foods? Or you want to start with smoothie?
Where's the smoothie at?
Smoothie's up on the front. I think it's 2 separate lines. We can do.
She gonna sing, y'all. She gonna single-handedly be the reason why the Republicans lose the midterms. Like seriously, her dad gonna lose votes. I mean, her dad not running, but obviously he wants the Republicans to win the midterms. She gonna lose votes to the Republicans with this foolishness. This is insane. By the way, your dad is already in all this trouble and fire for corruption. And then you're going to the world's most expensive grocery store out here buying $20 Lunchables. That section she was in that showed that little bitty piece of sushi, that's like a healthier version of a Lunchable. And it's $20 for that? Oh.
Hot. Let's do hot foods first. Let's do hot.
Go to the meat. Okay.
One thing about me is I hate filming in public, so this is like so awkward right now for me. Me and the Korean short ribs. Safety meal.
Buffalo cauliflower again?
Oh my goodness. $21?
I can eat it all.
Yeah,
For some chicken? I mean, the food looks good. I'll give
The
them
rice
that.
balls
At least
and sauce.
it looks good.
You want the sauce on it? Or...
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Imagine getting food at the freaking grocery store, and the food costs like $50. Normally, when you go to the grocery store, you get like the food in the little food section. Normally, it's supposed to be like cheap food. The freaking chicken alone is $20 for like 4 pieces of chicken. I just want. What's going to be the final cost of this? I want to see. No, you shouldn't get a water bottle. Jeez, you gonna buy the whole store? Who the hell goes to the grocery store and buys the merch? Should I get a t-shirt and a water bottle? No! Get out of there. Delete this video. This is so tone deaf. You know what you need to do? You need to make a video giving money to homeless people. That's what you need to do. Find random Americans who are struggling and give them money instead of this crap. Should I buy a water bottle at the world's most expensive grocery store? No! This video is about to piss me off. Like, I don't like this. I don't. Shout out to the new people that are coming in. I see we got some familiar faces. We got Tomes23. I think that's how you say your name. Tomes. Shout out to Tomes. I've seen you before. April the GOAT. Hey, we got a member in the chat. Shout out to April. We got Just Snooping. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for joining. There's going to be a lot of yelling this stream, so I hope you're ready. There's going to be a lot of yelling. I'm sorry. There's going to be some yelling and screaming.
Sweatshirt?
Where's this sweatshirt over there? Let's go check out this one. Let's get a water bottle.
All right, I'm going to go back a little bit, and I'm going to let the video play because I forgot my water bottle, and I'm thirsty. But I want to make sure I see it so I can react because I know some foolishness is about to come up. So, yeah, just watch this, guys. I'll be back in like a minute.
Let's get a water bottle.
You want to get a sweatshirt?
Where's this sweatshirt over there? Let's go check out this one. Let's get a water bottle. Oh, wait, they have sugar bottles? Should I describe it? Does it say Matt?
I don't know. Nancy.
Nah, not Matt. Not Matt.
Nope. Pretty.
All right, guys, so we're looking.
I would hope those flowers are pretty. They probably like $200 at the world's most expensive grocery store. Oh, goodness. We're looking at the juices. How much are the juices?
The juices. Let's get this one. Lavender lemonade. Sounds
What
good.
is that?
Lavender lemonade.
$10 for that?
That sounds good.
That should be like $4.
Those are sweaters.
You know what the worst part about her spending money at this expensive grocery store? You know none of that crap in there is worth that money. All they're doing is they're taking, it's probably, you know what's funny? This has always been my conspiracy. You guys know how you buy bottled water? You know what my conspiracy is about bottled water? It's just like the water in the sink. I promise you that's what I think. They just put it in a thing and they slap on, you know, whatever. Essentia. What are the fancy water bottles? Fiji. It's literally just water. I feel like with those expensive juices, it's the same type of juice. They probably make it from the same place. They get it from the same place that you would get at any regular grocery store for $4. Except because it's, you know, Air One or whatever, the fancy grocery store, they upcharge you. So it's the same thing. But instead of it being $4, oh, it's $10. The sushi, same thing, but it's our sushi. So it's $20. That's what I think. That's what's funny. You know, all this stuff is like way overpriced. You just know it is. I want to know how much the merch is. What grocery store sells their own merch?
What's the price of the sweaters?
Yeah, what's the price?
How much do they make?
It better not be over
Let me
40.
know if you guys have any questions on the prices or anything, okay?
Yeah, how much is sweaters?
Yeah, hoodies 165.
Oh my
Sweaters
God!
like nobody, like 150,
Oh!
150.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Goodness
And then
gracious.
yeah, personal bags.
Oh, I'm sorry. I told y'all there's gonna be a lot of yelling and screaming. Guys, you heard me. I said it better not be under over $40. $165 for a sweater. Goodness gracious. Gosh. And you know what's funny? It's made from the. You guys ever been to H&M? These sweaters, I bet you, are made from the exact same material that they make at H&M. Folks, that is a $30 sweater that they're selling for $165. I did not expect that. I was thinking maybe 60, maybe 70. That would have been high. $165 for a stupid sweater that has the name of a grocery store that nobody has ever heard of. The merch at this grocery store is like 3 times the price as her own grandfather's merch, and he's the president. Trump's merch isn't even this goddamn expensive. Goodness gracious.
What's the price of the sweaters? How much did they make?
Let me know if you guys have any questions on the prices or anything, okay?
Yeah, how much is sweaters?
Yeah, hoodies 165. Sweaters like nobody, like 150, 150.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then yeah.
You better not buy
Personal
that.
bags,
You
too,
better
tote
not.
bags, all that stuff.
I like the. When did you guys do the yoga?
You better not.
This has been here like maybe about a month now.
Maybe 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe 3 weeks. 165 for the yoga mat. $100 for this side here. It's like a, I don't know, joints. Take the joint, ball roller or whatever.
Thank
Love
you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Go back over here real fast. 165 for grocery store. I'm gonna go like bankrupt for this stuff. So I'm gonna need to file for bankruptcy.
You probably got 200 in your cart right now.
No, there's probably 400. Should we get guess? Let's bet on the final like.
All right, let's take a moment to pause. This is insane. Let's look at the comments. She got absolutely destroyed in the comments. This is actually funny, and this is the top comment. Somebody commented under Kai Trump's video and said, "Grandpa is in the files. Worry about that." Somebody said, "Join the draft and fight for your grandpa." No, it wouldn't be her. It would be Barron. Barron would be the one that would be joining. I mean, I guess she could too, but selective service typically is a dude, so it would be Barron Trump. Barron. No, seriously, I'm not even joking. The fact that Trump has gotten us into this war, I actually think Barron should go. Yeah, you want to get us in the war? You want Americans? You over here doing your press conferences? You know, unfortunately, Americans are going to die. Americans are going to die for Israel. Americans are going to die. Okay, well, then have Barron go. Yeah, send Barron. Yeah, I you know what's funny, guys? I'm not even joking. If Congress passed a law that everybody who signs up as a politician for us to go to war, or a president that has us going to war, they have to pick either their son or their family member to go join, I guarantee you guys, Trump would pull out of Iran immediately. If they said, all right, the law's passed, Barron has to go fight, Trump will be like, oh, never mind, we're done. Sorry, Israel, you guys are on your own. It'd be like night and day. He would end the war tomorrow if Barron had to go fight. I agree with this comment. Kai and Barron should go. Straight up Hunger Games at this point. You know what's funny, guys? You know what's funny about this comment? I have been telling my family, and my family can vouch. If any of my family members are in here, my family can vouch. I have been saying this for like 8 years, 10 years, whenever the Hunger Games came out. I think it came out like a decade ago. I've been saying for a long time that the Hunger Games is like a real thing. Now, I'm not talking about the whole the poor people are going to compete in a coliseum and fight to the death. I'm not talking about that. But if you remember how it was structured, there was one big city in the Hunger Games where all the rich people lived and they had all the money, they had all the jobs, they had everything. And then you just had like the slums with all the poor people. That's what I think is really going to happen. I think something like that is going to happen because the gap between the rich and poor is getting wider. The middle class is going away. Some people even think that the middle class is gone. I think the middle class is still here because I would pretty much say that I'm middle class. But the middle class is going away. And what am I, 31? I think in about 20, 30 years, when I'm like 60, I think the middle class will not just be gone. I think it'll literally just be you're either rich or you're just down in the you're just at the bottom. Like you're just poor. And when I say poor, I mean like, well, first off, AI is going to take everybody's jobs. That's another thing. AI is going to take a lot of jobs. So all those regular working people that are like doing like food service, driving trucks, all that, AI is going to take all that. All that's going to get clapped by AI. So it's going to be bad. But let's keep reading the comments. You and Baron. Now, this might be the best comment. This might actually be the best comment. By the way, she's getting a little bit of hate comments, which is funny because normally on her videos, and I looked at a few of her videos before I went live. Normally in her videos, she gets a lot of positive comments. Like people absolutely love her. But this video, she's getting hate comments. This is the best comment right here so far. You and Baron should be in Iran right now. I agree. Put the helmet and the uniform on. Get your gun. Get your training. I agree. Both of them should be in Iran with their president who wants to start this war. It's so unfortunate that they remove visible dislikes. You could still look it up through a third-party website. Gramps is a PDF file, but yeah, get the mushrooms or whatever. Somebody said, dude, we need to eat the rich for real, and got 6,000 comments. So you guys can see the people in our comment section are not fond of this. They do not like this at all. They do not like this. The French revolted for much less. I love that my taxes are funding this instead of school lunches. That's true. Guys, our tax dollars are funding Secret Service protection for Kai Trump to go to the most expensive grocery store in the United States and make a video about it. That's what our tax dollars are being used for. Oh, and by the way, of course, our taxpayer dollars are also being used for another senseless war in Iran. That's what's happening. All right. I kind of understand how a pre-revolution French peasant felt now. That's so funny. Send her 2 to 3 years Iran and forget it. The comments were more entertaining than the video. They actually are. That's why we're spending all this time reading them. Yeah, the comments are way better. Just check their dislikes. It's 42,000. And that was 8 hours ago, so it's probably much higher now. Title might be the most tone-deaf thing I've ever read, like legit. Yeah, this is so tone-deaf. This is terrible. Somebody said I don't have health insurance. Wow, that sucks. That sucks. Black rain over Iran so she could fund her grocery vlog. I'm telling you guys, she really should delete this. Like, this is such a bad look. This is so bad. The president's granddaughter has Secret Service protection, but you don't have public service protection, healthcare, disaster relief, and environmental protections. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Well, guess we'll watch a little bit more. Why not? Watch more of the most tone-deaf video on YouTube right now.
Final price.
With the smoothie, the $21 smoothie.
$220.
$21 smoothie? Goodness gracious. Hold on, I want to look something up real quick. Hold on a second. I just want to see. I just want to see something. Let's look at the menu. I just want to see how much are Jamba Juice's smoothies. Let's just pick something. Caribbean Passion. How much is this? I just want to know the price. I can't even get the price. Okay. AI it is. You would think the price would be like right here. Huh. They show the calories, but not the price, but that's okay. Jamba Juice smoothie. By the way, I don't drink smoothies at all. I'm more of a shake guy. I like to drink shakes, like a vanilla shake or something like that. Okay, here we go. Jamba Juice smoothies typically range from $5.99 to $8.99. Kai Trump smoothie, $21.99. It's crazy.
Smoothie, the $21 smoothie.
220.
I'm gonna say 165. 165.
Say 200.
Okay. They really laid out the red carpet for you.
This is terrible. This is terrible. Look at all those resources. Your taxpayer dollars are paying for this. Terrible.
All right, guys. Oh my god, that's like really, really heavy. You picked it up like it was nothing. We're back at the hotel room now. We got the Haley Beaver smoothie right in front of us. What's the fancy word? Sea moss in there?
I hope every content creator with a big following cooks her. I really do. I hope everybody goes in on her because this is terrible. Wow, this meal that she has right here was $37. Right here. Look at that.
$37.
$37 for that? That's like a regular meal you get at like a food court at a mall. $37? Goodness. All right. I need to get off this video. This is terrible. This is just. I mean, am I lying, guys? Like, is this not the most tone deaf thing ever? Like, this really is bad. All right, let's move on. I don't like this. I think she should delete this video. I get it. You're a high schooler. She don't know any better, I guess. Whatever. She's like 17 or 18, something like that. Actually, no. I think she's in college. How old is Kai Trump? Why does it got me on Bing? Who the heck uses Bing? How old is Kai Trump? Oh, she's 18. Is she in college? Is Kai? By the way, if you guys don't know, that's Donald Trump Jr.'s daughter. For those who don't know, is Kai Trump in college? I think she's in college. Oh, she's still in high school. A freaking high schooler doing all this. That's crazy. All right. Well, all right. Speaking of Kai Trump and corruption, you got Pete Hegseth and the Department of Defense spending $22 million on steak and lobster in 1 month, allegedly. What a great use of taxpayer dollars, huh, guys? What a great use of government resources. It's insane. All right, let's move on to something else. Let's talk about Erika Kirk. So people are going in on Erika Kirk. What do I have? What's this?
You guys, this is crazy.
Oh, I know what this is. I'm sorry, no offense to this woman, but I feel like her voice is going to be really annoying. That first like 2 seconds was already kind of annoying. I'm sorry, whoever you are. I don't know if I can get through that video, but anyway. So Erika Kirk is in the news again because Donald Trump, Republicans against Trump. I just typed in Erika Kirk appointed. Republicans against Trump. Is that a thing? Republicans against Trump? I didn't even know that was a thing, but okay. Okay, I guess it feels like every Republican loves Trump, but I mean, not literally, but you guys get what I mean. Okay. Republicans against Trump tweeted, breaking, Donald Trump has appointed Erika Kirk to the U.S. Air Force Academy Board of Visitors, taking a position her late husband Charlie was set to hold before he was assassinated. She will serve on the panel overseeing morale, discipline, curriculum, and fiscal affairs at the academy. What does she know about any of those things? What does she know? That's crazy. All right, that's interesting. Well, let's watch what this content creator had to say about it. I mean, I literally just typed it in on YouTube and this is what came up. So let's see if I can get through it.
You guys, this is crazy. We beat Candace Owens to it, and I'm not going to beat around the bush right now. This is probably our biggest story yet. So over the weekend, Erika Kirk was just given a position with the U.S. military in leadership that will help oversee one of the most elite military academies in the country. So the obvious question is,
all right, thank goodness. Her voice is not as annoying as I thought it might be, so we can actually get to the video. At first, I thought she was going to do this little, this little fake voice, but okay, we're good. We could get through it.
elite military academies in the country. So the obvious question is why? Why Erika Kirk? Why now? And why is somebody with zero military background suddenly in an important leadership role connected to the oversight of future U.S. military leadership? Because the timing is
I agree.
strange. This just happened right as geopolitical tensions are rising. We're seeing more and more discussions about military readiness. They're suddenly reappearing in the national conversation. And the political rhetoric around the conflict is escalating almost daily. And at this,
Yeah, sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. I don't want to see anything, shout out to her. She's got a way bigger following than me. She's killing it. Good job, but I can't do it. Sorry. I cannot do that voice. That voice is not for me. Sorry. We'll just look on Twitter. Erika Kirk appointed to Air Force Academy Board. Something strange is happening. Trump quietly appoints Erika Kirk. I've seen this guy's face before. Who's this? What's this guy's name? I've seen this guy before. Okay, let's listen to him. His videos have popped up on my feed before, so let's listen to what he has to say. Let's do that. Of course, it's
quietly over the weekend.
There we go.
Trump appointed Erika Kirk, the wife of the late Charlie Kirk, to serve on the board of the Air Force Academy. Now, it happened relatively quietly. There was no major press release, no major announcement. Well, Erika Kirk has been appointed, according to The Hill and Fox News. The board of visitors for the Air Force Academy is made up of 16 people. It's responsible for making changes concerning the Air Force Academy and recommending those changes to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. It also provides an annual report for the Military Institute's morale, financial state, academics, and more. Erika Kirk has no military background. Herself, she has not served before. She joins people like Senator Mark Wayne Mullen and Tommy Tuberville, Kevin Kramer, other members of Congress on the board. She doesn't have to be, this is not like an appointment where she has to be confirmed by the Senate or anything. Trump can appoint her, and he did.
You know what? I'm going to hold off on this because I am going to make my own video on this and I'm going to upload it to the main channel on Echoes from Above. I'm going to put that on there. I think this right here is probably going to be tomorrow's video because this needs a little bit more of an investigation because this is interesting. I need to look into why they did this and why now. Because this is weird. She will help advise the Air Force on issues affecting the academy. What does she know about that? By the way, I see you guys in the comments saying you don't like Erika Kirk. Yeah, I don't like her either. I told you guys, I actually hate her. I mean, and I have a lot of valid reasons why, but yeah, I can't stand her. MJ Truth Ultra. I'm going to save that tweet because I want to, you know what? Let me check something. What does Project Constitution have to say about this? I am interested in seeing that. I want to see what Project Constitution has to say. Erika Kirk's secret meetings with, he's just talking about Candace. Project Constitution hates Erika. He talks about her every second of the day. So I know he talked about it. I just got to find his tweet. Erika Kirk. Shout out to the 20 of you all that are in here. I like how the streams are slowly growing. We went from 3 live viewers to 5 to 7 to 10. Now we're at 20. Who would have thought? Why can't I? Okay. What's that guy's name? Project. Is that his ad name? It's probably not. All right. We got to do it the old fashioned way. We are literally going to have to go through all his tweets. Because I just want to see what he has to say, because I bet you he talked about it. Sometimes he has some pretty good takes. So let's see. Candace. Jeez, Project Constitution. Do you talk about anything else besides Candace? What is this? Oh, another Candace video. Oh my goodness. I forgot about this. I was supposed to cover this. Oh yeah, I'm definitely making a video for the main channel. I forgot to cover this. So a Turning Point USA donor admitted that he pulled millions of dollars because Charlie Kirk basically didn't want to cancel Tucker Carlson. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to make a video. Okay, so let me save that. I'm going to make that video after this live stream and I'll put it out, tomorrow. Tomorrow at noon. Oh, there it is. I knew Project Constitution talked about it. Quietly appointed. Okay, I'm going to save that tweet. I'm just getting everything together for my video, guys. Everybody's saying Team Candace. Yeah, you guys know I like Candace. You guys know. You guys know I like her. I won't turn on her as long as she remains courageous and not a hack. Yeah, right or wrong, she speaks her mind and she really tries to get to the truth. And she just doesn't seem like she could be bought like everybody else, right? So, yeah, we're Team Candace over here. And the funny part is I wasn't always Team Candace. Wasn't always. Had to come around to it. All right, I am going to read. We're going to read some comments because I see you guys are chatting it up. So let's do that. Sorry, I know I put Erika Kirk in the title, but I'm going to save that because I don't want to make the video now when you guys have already seen it. When now, and I want to make a good video. So I'm going to do that on the main channel. So sorry. But we do have Joe Rogan to talk about. So we still got some topics. Oh, I didn't share my screen. You guys can't see that, of course. All right. Well, let's read comments because, comments are important. So, all right, let's see what we got. Okay. Whatever happened to that girl, Erika Kirk groomed? Okay, here's the last that I heard from her because I still follow her on social media. Jillian said that she was going to make a full-on response to the entire situation with Erika Kirk, and she never did it. Now, I'm going to say something, and it may not be the nicest thing, but I got to tell you guys know me. I always tell the truth. I don't really spare feelings. I tell the truth. Okay. You guys know that I'm one of the only people who spoke to Jillian. There's very few YouTubers who actually got a hold of her. I was able to get a hold of her. I spoke to her briefly. Right. Okay. I've been following Jillian for it's been like a month, maybe a few weeks, whatever it is. Somebody said, I thought you didn't like her. No. Oh, no. I like Candace. No. I used to not like Candace. And then I woke up. With me, I'm not the type of person who lives in a cult. I don't decide that I hate somebody and then I spend the rest of my life hating them for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be a genuine, I hate Ben Shapiro, right? But there's an actual reason why I hate Ben Shapiro. However, if I got new information or if Ben Shapiro came out and said, hey, Mossad threatened my family, that's why I've been doing all this, I'm actually pro-America, then I'd be like, okay. Or if Ben Shapiro flipped his stance and actually flipped to pro-America and stopped being the arrogant, just stupid, annoying dork he is, I would flip. So originally I didn't like Candace because I didn't like that she was attacking Erika Kirk because I fell for the propaganda like everybody else did. I fell for she's a grieving widow. She's innocent. She didn't do anything. She's just a sad, widow with kids and blah, 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 blah. I fell for it. So originally I was making videos against Candace Owens. And if you go on my channel, they're still up. I didn't delete them. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to leave them up there. And I said bad things about Candace. Like I really went on her. And then later on, I got new information and I completely flipped. I don't trust Erika Kirk at all. I don't like Erika Kirk at all. I believe that she's not a genuine good person. I truly 100% believe that. Do not trust her. Do not think she's good. I think she's a power-hungry, evil person. That is what I think. That's my opinion. So once I flipped and realized that, and then on top of that, what originally drew me to Candace in the first place was her coverage of the Israel-Palestine thing. And also, she was one of the first people to be critical of Trump. So once I flipped on Erika Kirk and I started to look into things more, I was able to form my opinion that I have now, which is that I like Candace. You know, she gets things wrong. I've said this before. I'll just keep repeating myself. Candace is the modern day Alex Jones. That's exactly what she is. And I'm an OG Alex Jones fan. I've been watching Alex Jones since I was in middle school. I was in middle school when I first discovered Alex Jones. And I was like, I don't know who this weirdo is, but I like him. So I just think Candace Owens is the new Alex Jones. You know, she pivots in that lane that people consider to be conspiratorial, but you know, a lot of the stuff that she talks about and says, she's right. It's just like Alex Jones. Alex Jones gets some things wrong, but most of what Alex Jones says is right, you know? So I think Candace is in the same boat. So no, I don't dislike Candace Owens. I actually do like her. I actually do. I don't always care for what she's talking about. You know, sometimes she covers things that just aren't for me. But overall, I think Candace Owens is a net positive for the world. I really do. I think you need a Candace Owens. You do. Candace Owens is fearless. She's not afraid to hold people's feet to the fire. And the whole lawsuit thing doesn't scare her. You know, I think what I like about Candace the most is I don't know if you guys know this, but the ultimate way that I guess for lack of a better word, the deep state, you know, the elites, those in power, the corrupt individuals, the evil people, the Satanists, whatever you want to call them, right? The ultimate way that they silence people is through lawsuits. And it almost works every time because at the end of the day, people got families and people got to eat. Nobody wants to get sued into bankruptcy because then how are you going to survive? How are you going to pay your mortgage? How are you going to buy food? How are you going to get your kid in school? You know, so all throughout history, at least over the last like 30 years, you could even look at this with the Epstein stuff back in the day and stuff like that, or any elite. The game that the elites play and the secret societies and the deep state, whatever you want to call it, they sue you. That's how they silence you. And what I really like about Candace is, can you guys name any other journalist like her who's been threatened to be sued so many times and it doesn't bother her? The reason why it doesn't bother her is because she's smart. She married royalty. Her husband's rich. He ain't broke. He ain't, even if you say that he's not worth 100 million, fine, he's not broke. And even and regardless of how much money her husband has, she just legit does not care about being sued. And what's so important about that, guys, is you would be surprised at how many people behind the scenes bend the knee every time. Bend the knee every time. I know this stuff for a fact. I know this for a fact. So, yeah, that's what I like about her. That's what I like about her. She's people throw the whole, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you, the lawsuit. And she's like, go ahead. I don't care. Because I got the truth on my side. We really do need more people like that in politics. I'll even give you another example. I thought that Breaking Points was like the truth. And don't get me wrong, I like Breaking Points. Let me talk about Breaking Points real quick, because this is important. I really want you guys to understand what I'm saying here, because this is so important. This is so important. When we talk about truth and telling the truth, these are the people that you have to respect. So let me bring up something. Let me show you guys something.
And at the same time, Donald Trump.
Oh God, the girl with the voice. All right, let's bring up Breaking Points. I like this channel, okay? I got the notification bell on. I watch their videos. I like the way that they cover politics, okay? I like their channel. I think they're a lot better than most mainstream media. They tell the truth for the most part, and I like it. However, I thought that they were on the same level of Candace in terms of that just fearlessness of we're going to tell the truth no matter what, because it's deeper than money. But I found out that that wasn't the case, and I'm going to show you how. They fired a guy by the name of James Lee right here. Shout out to him. He actually shouted me out, by the way. So shout out to him. He's one of the few big YouTubers who has actually shouted me out. So shout out to him. That was really nice of him. So Breaking Points fired James Lee. Okay. I'm still a fan of Breaking Points, but now I kind of know who they really are. They paint themselves as like anti-establishment, anti-rich, truth tellers, truth seekers, whatever. And they kind of bent the knee. So for those who don't know, James Lee is a journalist who used to work for Breaking Points. He would do like these segments on weekends. And what happened was James Lee did a video, and it was a controversial video. And I guess Breaking Points got threatened to be sued behind the scenes. Like they were threatened with a lawsuit, and they bent the knee. They bent the knee. And they fired him. And why is it important when somebody bends the knee in the face of a lawsuit? I understand why people do it. Nobody wants to go bankrupt. I get it. But you, at the same time, you can't paint yourself as this truth telling, the truth matters more than anything, anti-establishment, we're fighting against the man, the suits. You can't paint yourselves as that if you cower and bend the knee when they threatened. They didn't even sue them. They just threatened to sue them and they bent the knee. They were, whatever happened, I don't remember the full story, but basically whatever happened, they were threatened with a lawsuit, and Breaking Points was like, okay, don't sue us. We're going to bend the knee. We're going to fire him. Okay. You got to be careful with people like that, because you know what that tells me? If there's something really controversial and really important to report on, and Breaking Points gets threatened with a lawsuit, guess what Breaking Points is going to do? They're going to bend the knee. And what do we know about the rich and powerful? Lawsuits is how they keep control over journalists. Lawsuits is how they silence your voice. Yes, you have a First Amendment, but your First Amendment is just kind of an illusion, because the only thing you really have the First Amendment on is the government. That's what it protects you from. Free speech in regards to the government. It don't protect you from rich people. Rich people can destroy your free speech by banning you off the platforms that they control, by silencing you and shadow banning you on the platforms they control, and by suing you into bankruptcy. So I like Breaking Points, but I would just be very careful with people who will bend the knee in the face of a lawsuit. And that's why I said, you can say whatever you want about Candace. And I think everybody would agree that she's kind of crazy, right? Like, this is not really a big thing to say. It's not an insult. It's just kind of true. Candace Owens, by the way, has done interviews where she actually said that she was crazy too, by the way, guys. So this really isn't an insult. But Alex Jones is kind of crazy, right? Candace Owens is kind of crazy, right? Like, everybody's got their flaws. Like, they're a little crazy. But you can't break them by threatening to sue. Threatening to sue doesn't break them. They keep going because they really believe in what they're saying. And that's important, because I can't really name very many people besides Candace Owens and Alex Jones. Alex Jones got sued for $1 billion and he's still talking. So shout out to him too. Those are like the only two. Everybody else, you guys will be surprised how many people have been threatened to be sued behind the scenes, and all of a sudden they stop talking about Israel. All of a sudden their content flips. So, all right, I just had to rant about that. All right. Let's get to, do I want to make a solo video of Joe Rogan, or do I want to live stream Joe Rogan? What do I want to do? You know what? We'll read comments, because I'm actually going to cut the stream pretty soon anyway. So I'll just read your comments. Why not? Why not? Thank you guys to the 20 of you that are in here. This is the most amount of people I think I've had live. So, hey, we're growing. We're doing it. All right, just snooping. I think you spoke about this video Candace done ages back. It was about Zionists being the main people behind slavery. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just not true. I'm sorry. Like, I like Candace, but I got to call a spade a spade. I would say I'm very knowledgeable about slavery. I am. I really went down the rabbit hole of like doing extensive research on it, because obviously it happened to my ancestors. Like, I actually did a genealogy thing, and I was actually able to trace back how far like it goes. And yeah, I even know the name of the slave master who enslaved my family, literally. Like, I know them. So yeah. I did a lot of research on slavery, and my thoughts are, I don't know if you're hinting at what she said about basically the Jews were the main people behind it. I don't know if the Jews were the main people behind it. I don't know about that. Like I'm not disputing that one, because I don't know. But what I am disputing is Candace Owens said that the Jews were the main people who financed the slave ships. I haven't found any proof on that. As a matter of fact, I would just say that that's just not true. It's just not. It's not. There are a bunch of different countries and nations that financed the slave ships. Bunch of different ones. All sorts of different European countries were in on it because it was easy labor. It was free labor. You could just enslave people for free and make them do the work, and you don't got to pay them. So there are a bunch of European countries that financed slave ships to do it. Now, there were some Jews that financed slave ships, but she made it seem like it was strictly the Jews who sat back and came up with this evil plan to finance and get all the slave ships. Like, it's like, that's not true. That's not true. I'm sorry, it's not true. So hope that answers your question. Just snooping. Yes, Tomes, East India Company. Yeah, that was a big one. Yes, that was a big one. Yes. So for those who don't know, the main era, or whatever it's called, the main route that they used to transport slaves was, that's called like the Middle Passage, right? And you can actually look up like who financed those ships and all that. And yeah, I don't know where she was going with that. I don't know if she's going with the Jews were behind chattel slavery, which that's not true. I don't know where she's going with that, but yeah, I really know my history when it comes to slavery. Like I know my own slave master. I know the guy who enslaved my family. He's actually where our last name came from. So my last name, which is an English last name, it actually came from him. I don't know if you guys care about this. You probably don't, but I'm just gonna tell it anyway. So my last name comes from the slave master. He comes from England. I actually think he was royalty, believe it or not. Something like that. He has something to do with royalty, believe it or not. But yeah, obviously he did what he did with my ancestor, and they had children, and that traced all the way down to me. That is literally what happened. So yeah. And then what's interesting? Believe it or not, guys, on my mom's side, they were slaves too. And I know the slave master on that side of the family too. So I just told you guys the story about the slave master on my dad's side. Now I'm giving you the one on my mom's side. On my mom's side, what's actually interesting is my ancestor, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother, whatever, right? That ancestor actually, the slave master married her. And after he died, he gave her all of his land. And my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandma, way back when, because of that, she actually became what's the word? She was the largest Black female landowner in America because she inherited so much land from her husband, who was also, her master. So, yeah. Now, unfortunately, I don't know how we didn't get any of that land, but somehow we didn't. There are other distant family members who still own that land to this day. And I asked my grandma, because it's on my mom's side, I'm like, where's our piece of that land? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, you suck. Because apparently it was like 100 acres. Like, it was an insane amount of land. It might have even been more than that. So, all right. Anyway, I don't even know if you guys care, but that's my family history. I'm glad that I was able to do the genealogy and go back and look at my family history because it's really cool. And I actually have my family tree. I'm the only person in my family who has my family tree because I care about that stuff. So I think it's cool. I think it's cool that I know who my great-great-grandparents were, who were born in 1640, So I just think it's cool. It's always cool to know where you come from, right? Even if there's like a dark history behind it, it's still nice. So for those who cared, there you go. All right, Natasha, just about everything Candace Owens says about Black people is incorrect. You know what, Natasha? If you want to have that conversation, we can. But I actually don't think everything she says about Black people is incorrect. I don't. I don't like to have that conversation, though, because when you have conversations about race, because of everything that Black people went through, they get really emotional about it, and I understand it. And people never take into account the history behind it, right? So I want to make it clear. When it comes to my thoughts on Black culture and the Black community, I have some interesting opinions about it, but I don't ignore the history behind it as well, right? Especially a guy like me who was born and raised in Chicago. Like, I know it firsthand, okay? Chicago's very segregated, by the way. So again, I know it firsthand because I live in one of the most segregated cities in America. I actually think Chicago's the most segregated city in America, but that's a different conversation. But if you want to get into it, Natasha, we can. But I actually don't think Candace Owens is completely incorrect. Obviously, she says some things that I don't agree with because I remember back when Candace Owens first blew up, she was speaking a lot about Black people. Like when she used to go on college campuses with Turning Point with Charlie Kirk, she would get into a lot of debates with other Black people about Black people. And then I remember she did like this panel discussion with this rapper named Killer Mike and T.I. I'm sure you know about that, Natasha. And she said a lot of things about Black people and people got butthurt. But look, man, I call a spade a spade. So hey, but I, you know, I don't want to crap on, you know, black people. Like that's not my thing. If somebody asks me my opinion, I'll tell you. But you know, I don't want to crap on them. But all I'll say is that I do think that black people in America have a long way to go. You know, that's all I can really say. And I really hope that, you know, we get our stuff together. You know, I really do. Because unfortunately, you know, and this is just coming from a guy like me living in Chicago. Unfortunately, a lot of the things that I see in Chicago, you know, unfortunately, they fit the stereotypes here. You know, like I live in Chicago right now. Like literally outside of my window, you can see like the Willis Tower and downtown and everything. The Sears Tower, sorry, but yeah. So yeah, I don't want to really go on the race because that gets emotional and dicey, and I don't get emotional, but I don't want anybody else to. So I think we will move on from that. But I don't think everything Candace Owens says is wrong. Let's just put it that way. I don't think everything Candace Owens says is wrong about that. I don't. And I wish the best for my people. I want my people to prosper in America like everybody else does. All right. Well, if there aren't any comments, Tome says, I don't know anything beyond my great grandparents. Really? Tomes, where are you from? What ethnicity are you, if you don't mind? Like, where are you from? Okay, Natasha, let's see. It's very odd how Charlie Kirk called educated black women DEI, and the only person holding on to his legacy is Candace Owens. Well, you know what? Charlie's a Republican, and a lot of conservatives kind of have that same opinion about DEI. You know what's funny about that, Natasha? Me and my family were actually debating with my brother the other day because my brother is a Republican, by the way. He loves Trump. I've been calling him out on that, by the way. He might even be in here watching this video. But anyway, so yeah, we were actually talking to my brother about this the other day. And yeah, you know, Republicans have their opinions about DEI. I don't necessarily agree with it. I know that people like to say that it's discriminating. I don't necessarily think so. And I think the problem with a lot of people when they have these opinions, and I think Charlie Kirk is a victim of this as well. I think they have these opinions on DEI, Natasha, but they don't know the context behind it. They don't know the history, right? And I think that's the problem. If you understand the history of, you know, let's just speak on black, right? Just the history of black people in America, you know, DEI actually kind of makes sense, in my opinion. Now, I want to make something clear. A lot of people say that DEI is basically discriminatory. Like you're basically saying, you know, you have to hire other races of people, which means you're discriminating against other races. But that's actually not really what DEI is. That's the talking point, but that's not really what DEI is. And again, we could go deep into it, but yeah, DEI is not as radical as some people make it. Like you're discriminating against white people to put black people in certain jobs. Like, yes, there are some places that do that discriminatory form of DEI, but most places actually don't. What DEI really is simply is or at least in practice, what it should be is you're giving everybody a fair shake, right? So you're interviewing Asian, black, white, whatever candidates, and then you hire whoever the best person is. And I think a good example of this is the NFL. And this is actually a fact. This is not my opinion. This is a fact. In the NFL, what was happening is obviously black players make up most of the NFL, right? So what happened in the NFL is a lot of black coaches weren't even getting interviews. Like literally qualified coaches weren't getting interviews. So what would happen is in the NFL, they would just interview white coaches for whatever reason. They just did. They didn't interview barely any black people or none. And the NFL was like, okay, we need to change this because this isn't fair. So then they came up with the Rooney Rule, which you could kind of consider another version of DEI. But I think this is good DEI. So the Rooney Rule is before you hire a coach, you have to hire X amount of black candidates. So before you make your hiring for a coach for your football team, you got to interview at least 3 black coaches, and then you make your decision. I don't see a problem with that. All you're doing is you're expanding the interview pool. So that way other races of people get a fair shake who are qualified. That's the real version of DEI to me. And that's what it is in practice. All right, let's see. What else we got? I don't think Erika has been here before, so I don't understand why she's coming here. I'm excited for your video on it. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a video on it. I want it to be a good one. So yeah, thank you. If Charlie Kirk had more DEI, he might still be here. The white men have all took a knee. Ooh, okay. If Charlie Kirk had more DEI, he might still be here. The white men have all took a knee. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. Military veterans are DEI. Okay. Natasha coming in hot. DEI is offensive to underrepresented groups. It's as bad as affirmative action. Okay. Well, this is why I don't like to get into race because, then everybody has their opinions and then, and people are always going to have their opinions regardless. So, all right, we're going to move on from the race stuff. I see we lost 7 people. We had some viewers and they dropped off. As soon as I started talking about the race stuff, they're like, yeah, we're good. It's okay. I understand. But thank you guys for sharing your thoughts and opinions. Everybody's entitled to their thoughts and I appreciate it. Okay. I am going to make the Joe Rogan video, but I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to make a solo video and I'm going to upload it. So let's see. I will make the Erika Kirk video. The Erika Kirk video will go on the main channel, and then the Joe Rogan video will go on this channel. So there you go. So keep those notifications on, guys. All right. I am going to cut the stream. You guys know I try not to stream for too long. We're coming on an hour and 30 minutes here. So yeah, I'm going to cut it. That'll be it. And since I'm going to cut it, I'm going to go ahead and make the videos that you guys like. So there you go. So yeah, follow both channels. That's the gist of it. Make sure you subscribe to this one. Make sure you subscribe to the other one. Erika Kirk video comes out tomorrow. Joe Rogan video comes out tonight. I'll probably release it tonight on this channel. So there you go. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream. I try to do the best that I can. The stream is growing. Like, we've consistently had like 20 viewers the entire time for the most part. So, hey, this is growing. This is good. So, hey, I'll keep doing it. I'll keep doing it. I'll do my best. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I'll see you later. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.